Hello and welcome to the Profitable Baker podcast, the show for bakers who mean business. I'm Annie Bennett, founder of the Home Baking Business Academy, and every week I'll be sharing practical lessons, mindset shifts, and inspiring stories from bakers who are building businesses they love. Because success in this industry isn't about who bakes the fanciest cakes, it's about who builds the strongest business foundations. Let's get started. Hello and welcome back to the Profitable Baker podcast with me, Annie Bennett. Now, you may have seen on my socials or via email that I announced something on Friday, the new Profitable Baker community and its opening event, a free 4-day sprint called Busy But Broke. Honestly, the response since Friday has been lovely. Sign-ups have been coming in steadily, and if you've already registered, thank you so much. So for anyone hearing about this for the first time right now, through the podcast rather than social media, here's the short version. The Profitable Baker Community Facebook group opens this Friday, the 24th of July. And the very first thing happening inside it is Busy But Broke, a free 4-day sprint that's live, running from Monday the 27th to Thursday the 30th. And it's all about working out your true cost price, building a formula to price properly and raising your prices without losing your customers. Now, I'm not going to re-announce all of that in detail today, but I'll put it all in the show notes for you. So all the details of the sprint, have a look in there. What I want to do with this episode, though, is go a bit deeper, talk about why I built this and answer some of the questions that I've had since Friday, because I think a few of you are still sat on the fence and I want to help you get off it. So let's start with the reasons behind all this. Busy But Broke. I chose that title because I think it captures something that's genuinely hard to put into words until someone says it back to you. It's baking every spare hour you have. It's saying yes to the order that comes in on a Tuesday evening, even though you're already tired, because you don't want to turn away the business. It's standing in your kitchen at 10:30 at night, covered in icing sugar, genuinely good at what you do, genuinely busy, and then getting to the end of the month and looking what's actually left in the bank account and feeling confused. Because on paper, busy is supposed to mean successful, and yet the number in the account doesn't match the hours you've put in. I see this pattern constantly, and I want to tell you about a moment that plays out again and again with bakers I work with. So someone sits down, often for the first time ever, and properly works out their true cost price. Not a rough guess, not ingredients plus a bit, not what Doris down the road charges, the actual number, once you account for every single thing that goes into an order. And it's a bit of a wake-up call, because the number staring back at them shows they've been making pennies an hour on some of their most popular products, sometimes less than pennies. And in that moment, there's usually a flicker of something that looks like shame, looking like they've been doing it wrong, like they should have known better. And here's what I always say in that moment, and it's the thing I want you to hear today, that it's not a personal failing. You were taught to bake beautifully. Nobody taught you, though, to cost or to build margin in or to understand what your own time is actually worth. That's not a character gap, it's a knowledge gap. And the knowledge gap closes the moment someone shows you how. I'll be honest with you, I didn't come to this work from nowhere. Pricing was one of the hardest, most uncomfortable things I had to learn properly for myself, long before I was teaching anyone else. I know what it feels like to quote a price and immediately want to apologise for it. I know what it feels like to do the maths and not quite believe the number is real. That discomfort doesn't just disappear because you've been running a business for a while, but it does disappear when someone actually shows you the mechanics of it clearly and without judgment. And that is what my Busy But Broke sprint in the new Facebook group is going to do. Right, let's get into the questions. There are things that have actually come up since Friday and I want to answer them properly one at a time. The first one, what if I can't make it to the live sprint sessions? So from Monday to Thursday, the next week, I'll be live in the Facebook group at 12 noon. From Monday to Wednesday, you'll get a little bit of teaching and a task to complete. And on the Thursday, I'll round it all up and announce the prize winners. If you can't come to the live session, completely understandable. Life doesn't stop for 3 days just because the sprint is happening. If you're on the free option, i.e. just in the group, the recordings stay for a week afterwards. So you've got a window to catch up. And if you know in advance that live attendance is going to be tricky for you, or you just want the safety net of never losing access, that's exactly what the VIP option is there for. And I'll talk about that later. So yes, you don't have to come at 12 noon. You can watch back that evening or the day after at your own leisure. The second question is this only for people who already have a business? No, not at all. If you're already trading and just want to get your numbers sorted, brilliant. It'll work for you. But if you're still thinking about taking the leap, still baking for friends and family, and still wondering whether you could actually turn this into a business, you are just as welcome. In fact, day one is probably even more valuable to you because you'll walk away with your true cost price before you've even set a single price publicly. And that is a much better place to start from than working it out once you've started. And the third question, which I've been asked a few times, what actually happens in the Facebook group afterwards? Is it just a page for this one event? No, it's not. And this is actually the whole point of what I'm building. This community, the Profitable Baker community, isn't a temporary event that goes quiet once the sprint ends. It's going to be an ongoing home. Busy but broke is simply the first thing that happens inside it. So when you join, you're not just joining the 3-day thing. You're joining somewhere that continues, where you can keep asking questions, keep sharing wins, and keep the conversation going long after this particular sprint wraps up. And if you're interested in the group but not the sprint, sign up and join the group anyway. You don't have to be involved in the sprint, but you can see what's going on. You might even be able to help by answering some questions or just supporting the people that are there. But joining the group doesn't mean you have to join in the sprint, although you might want to because there are prizes involved. Now, the group is going to be linked directly to the podcast. So each week there will be new posts, new questions, new discussions about the topic that I talk about in the podcast. If it's a guest episode, we'll be chatting about what I chatted about with a guest. So there'll be lots of content in the Facebook group once the sprint has finished. And you never know, if the sprint is a success, I might well do another one before the end of the year, possibly. We'll see. So it's an ongoing group. So I'd love you to join and just be part of that community. Now, I mentioned earlier the VIP option. So let me talk more about that. If you already know from experience that you learn best with a bit of structure and a bit of accountability, then the VIP upgrade might be just what you need. If you know that without a nudge, things tend to slip down your list when life gets busy, which, to be honest, is most of us most weeks, having the VIP WhatsApp group with daily check-ins across those 4 days might well make the difference between starting something and finishing it. I'll also be in the WhatsApp group to answer any questions about the sprint and about your businesses. With the VIP group, you will also get the recordings to all the sessions sent to you. So you will have, lifetime access to those. In the group, they're going to disappear after a week. But if you're on the VIP, you will get the videos and the resources that I'm going to use. I'm going to use some resources and you'll get those as well. And all that is just for £7. Bargain. So the VIP WhatsApp group itself opens on Friday the 24th alongside the main community. So if you upgrade to VIP, you'll have a few days to settle in over the weekend, get comfortable, ask any early questions before day one of the sprint begins on Monday. So I really hope that you'll consider joining the Facebook group to start with. It's all completely free. Having a go at the sprint with us. And really have a think about joining the VIP, because the VIPs I've done in the past have been really successful. Lovely group of people chatting on WhatsApp, supporting each other. I can answer questions and so on and so forth. So sign up is open for the sprint and the group and the VIP option. The link, all the details is in the show notes. The Facebook group itself opens this Friday, the 24th of July. I want everyone to come in together, and you've got the weekend. I'll invite you to post something about you and your business. Tell us about who you are, introduce yourself, and we can all get to know each other a little bit. although I'm sure I'll know most of you already, but it would be lovely to have people that I don't know. That would be fabulous. Love to get to know new people. So that'll be over the weekend. And then the sprint itself begins on the Monday at 12 noon. So I hope that today has answered the questions that you may have about the sprint and the group. If you've still got questions, please send me a message or an email. More than happy to answer any questions that you have. And I really hope to see you in the group. Thank you so much for listening today. And thank you again to everyone who's already signed up. I can't wait to see you in there and to start work in there. Everything you need is in the show notes, the sign up link, the VIP details, and the community itself ready for Friday. So take care of yourselves, take care of your businesses, and I'll see you again very soon.